Guys, this is Jeremy Newman, Vice President at the Family Freedom Project. I am here again at the courthouse in Brownwood, Texas, and you guys will remember a lot of communication that we've had with you about the case that we have here in Brownwood with Joel and Donnell, where you can read the whole story on our website, where CPS took their daughter over 2 years ago, accusing them of not feeding her properly and that her weight gain problems were because of that, when it turns out she had a genetic problem that once they discovered it, they tried to hide it. And you might also remember that at the beginning of this case, the medical records from when they first took her into the hospital trying to figure out what her weight issues were just replete with derogatory comments from the hospital workers and from the medical providers, claiming that the parents, Joel and Donnell, were autistic and implying that they were incapable of caring for their daughter because of that. And that became the basis of a civil rights action that was filed back in January that we've been working on. And today we had a hearing on that civil rights action, separate from the CPS case. And the basis of that has been that Joel and Donnell's attorney, Ashley Thompson, is alleging that the medical providers perceived them to have traits related to autism, which there's no autism diagnosis for either one of them, but that they perceived them to have autism-related traits and judged them to be incapable of caring for their daughter because of that, and that was the motive and the basis for their referral to CPS. One of the points supporting that would be that the big weight concerns that they had for her, that the hospital workers said they had for this child, for Rose, all evaporated immediately after she was taken away from her parents, even though her weight problems got worse and stayed worse for the whole rest of her life, the next now almost 2.5 years. So somehow those weight issues were only a problem in the state's eyes and in the medical provider's eyes when she was with her parents. But the same problems were not a problem anymore once she was not with her parents. And so, of course, the allegation is that the medical providers actually judged them to be incapable because they perceived them to have autism, reported them to CPS on that basis, and that formed a removal. Here's the incredible thing. At the hearing today, all these medical providers showed up, and their argument was that the whole lawsuit should be dismissed because, according to them, they say, if everything we allege is true, then all of that is legal. That's their argument, that even if they had done everything that we claim they did, that it's still legal, and so the case should be dismissed. And so that should put, the fear of God in people who you feel like they can just trust some of these medical providers with their future and with their family, that at least here in Brownwood, that's what they think of you, or at least that's what they think of parents who they perceive to have autism. So we had that hearing today, and we are going to be waiting probably a few days to get a ruling in that, and we'll keep you updated on the results of that. Thanks, everybody. And I guess I should summarize too for you the CPS case itself, which is a separate legal proceeding. That has also a hearing later today, where we've requested a new trial based off the horrible mismanagement of the last trial, and we'll see how that goes. But regardless, there's also an appeal pending on that one. So we'll keep everybody updated on our website, and especially how the results of the hearing from today go. Thanks, everyone.